At the Nasscom Product Conclave, we have someone with us right now who's pretty unique in the sense that the startup that he has founded is in a very unique space, especially in the Indian context. Welcome, Ben Nelson.
Thank you so much for
Tell
having
us
me.
about Minerva and what it's all about.
Well, Minerva is the first Ivy League caliber university launched in the United States in over 100 years. So when you say that it's unique, you're right. In fact, we're not only the first one launched, but we're the first attempt at redefining what a Harvard or a Stanford or a Cambridge would look like if they were founded today.
Wow. So that's an Ivy League university and it's online. But how did this idea come about?
The idea came about because when I was an undergraduate at an Ivy League university, I went to the Wharton School, I realized that universities were not delivering on their promise to society, which is to take the brightest minds in the world and help them make decisions of consequence. So eventually these students wind up in positions of importance. And they're not trained anymore to think through complexity, to think about how their decisions affect not just themselves, but society around them.
Right.
And so what we did was created a curriculum and an entire institution which provides students an experience, both educational and residential, they live together,
Right.
that will train people to make the most consequential and best decisions they can.
In India, Ben, that education is such an aspiration, and
Yeah.
it is, of course, is a huge Indian middle class. So,
Yes.
in that sense, there's a lot of potential for your business.
Exactly.
But have you seen a lot of Indian startups in this space, and what's the sense you're getting at a place like the Conclave?
So, I think that oftentimes people think of startups as having to be technology first. And one of the things I wanted to make sure that people at Conclave understood is that if you really want to be successful in a startup, you have to actually understand the product first.
That's true.
Understand the market, what it needs, etc. And in India, the need for high quality education is massive. In fact, at Minerva,
Yeah.
even though we're an American elite university, the overwhelming majority of our students are non-American. And what we're trying to do is do a global talent search. One of the reasons we're here in India is because we're looking for the highest potential human beings on the planet. The reason why our application process is completely free, why the reason that the application process is online is because we want to find students that are high potential in India and then bring them to San Francisco, provide them the kind of education that we have as a basis for Minerva, and then with their classmates, they'll live in 6 different global capitals over the next 6 semesters.
How cool
Really
is
get
that?
an
Yeah.
immersive education.
Yeah. Finally, is there any mistake that you made along the way as an entrepreneur that you think someone watching this video could really learn from?
Yeah. I made so many mistakes, thankfully, before Minerva,
Oh.
which helped me figure out how to put Minerva together initially.
Great.
And I think the important thing to learn from mistakes, and this is really critical, is that mistakes are great if you make them once. They're not good if you make a mistake and don't learn from it and repeat again. And so when you make a mistake, don't be afraid from it. In fact,
Right.
it's okay. But make sure you learn the lesson and understand the pattern that led to it so that you don't repeat it in the future.
I think that's a classic Ivy League type of wisdom that we have. Pleasure having this conversation with you.
Thank you so much for having me.